Om Vakratunga Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvighnan Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavat Me Sada Saṃskṛitam Dayanandam Paramarthasvarupinam Tattvajnana Prashastaram Pranatosmi Param Padam Vagarthaviva Sampraktau Vagartha Pratipattaye Jagatah Pitarau Vande Parvati Parameshwarau Yenakshara Samamnayam Adhigamya Maheshwarat Kritsnam Vyakaranam Proktam Tasmai Padinaye Namaha Vakyakaram Vararuchim Bhashyakaram Patanjalim Paninim Sutrakarancha Pranatosmi Munitrayam Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhetavastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanta Shanta Shanti. It is better to memorize all the shlokas, and this is a mantra what we chanted now. The meaning of some of the shlokas I have told in the previous class, and some of the shlokas meaning I will be telling in the later classes. So now this is our second class. So we will have a quick recap of what we saw in the previous class, the first class. In the first class, we saw that Saṃskrita letters, they are called Varnamala. Varnamala or Aksharamala. And this Varnamala is divided into vowels and consonants. It's distinctly divided into vowels and consonants. And there are 13 vowels in Saṃskṛtam. 13 vowels in Saṃskṛtam are called Svaraha. Vowels in Saṃskṛtam are called Svaraha or Svaravarnaha, or another name is Achaha. Achaha is another name. How do we get the name Achaha? That we will see later when we study Maheshwara Sutra. So, Achaha is another name for vowels. Those who join later, please mute your mic. Okay, thank you. And this vowels can be classified into two. This is one way of classification: simple vowels and conjunct vowels. Saṃskrita name also you can remember. Saṃskrita name for simple vowels is Samana Svaraha or Amishra Svaraha, monotones. And conjunct vowels are called Sanyukta Svaraha or Mishra. We will see what it is today. And we have studied the 9 simple vowels in the last class. A, that is the first letter. A. A is a long form of A. Then next one, E. E. You have to stretch it for one more unit of time. If E, it takes 1 second, E should take 2 seconds. Then the next vowel, U. U. Then R. R. Then the next one, L. Somebody is doing something on the screen. You see? Please don't do that. Hello? Please don't share your screen. Mute your mic. I can see some scribblings on the screen. I don't know how it comes. Okay, we'll continue now. So these are the 9 simple vowels. And now the conjunct vowels, we'll see. There are 4 conjunct vowels. There are 9 simple vowels and 4 conjunct vowels, and therefore there are 13 vowels in Samskritam. The first conjunct vowel, what you see in the screen, it is A. It is pronounced as A. It's a long form. There is no short form A. Like in Tamil and other regional languages, we don't have the short form for A. In Samskritam, we have only long form. Like similarly, we don't have A. That A is not there. It is A. And the next one is I. You can see the next letter, the conjunct consonant. I'll show you separately also. This is I. That is also long form. And the next one is O. That is also a long form. There is no short form. O is not there. O. Then the next one is O. That is also a long form. So A, I, O, O. So these 4 conjunct vowels, they are long in terms of the time taken to pronounce. There are no short forms available for these 4 conjunct vowels. A, I, O, O. There are only 4 conjunct vowels. They don't have short form. So when you pronounce these vowels, you have to remember that it is long and you have to stretch it. A, I, O, O. So Now you can see the summary. All the vowels are listed out now, starting from a. That is the first vowel, simple vowel. A, a, I, U, U, R, R, L, A, I, O, Au. So the first 9 vowels are simple vowels, and the following 4 vowels are conjunct vowels. So 9 plus 4, 13. So 13 vowels are there. And how to write this, you can see how to write A. I will send some videos later how to write, but now you can see the screen. This is A. And the next one is I. The next one is I. You write A and put a stroke at the top, it becomes I. After this, O. O is very simple to write. You write A and put a stroke at the top, becomes O. And Au. Always written, adding one more stroke to O, it becomes Au. So A, I, O, Au. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. So now, we have seen 4 conjunct vowels, A, I, O, and Au. Why are they called conjunct vowels? And what is the difference between the simple vowels and the conjunct vowels? Simple vowels, when you pronounce, from the beginning of the pronunciation of the sound, from of this vowel, till the end, it is the place of pronunciation. The place of pronunciation for the simple vowels, from the beginning of the pronunciation till the end, it is same. Since the place of pronunciation is same, therefore, simple vowels, they have the same sound. For example, listen carefully. I will tell the place of pronunciation for the simple vowels. You can note it down. When you utter a, when you say a, the sound comes from the throat. The sound comes from the throat. Samskrita word for throat is kanta. Kanta, throat. Neelakanta is the name of Lord Shiva, the one whose neck is blue. That is Neelakanta. So kanta is the throat. So the sound it comes from the throat. The place of articulation of is throat. Therefore, the sound which comes from the throat is called guttural. 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 The sound which comes from the throat is called guttural. And the sound comes from the throat. Therefore, is guttural. And the sound, it has the same sound. Has the same sound from the beginning till the end. There is no change of place of pronunciation for uttering it's only from the throat. So if is throat, what about the long form of that is also throat. Only thing is you are stretching it for more than 1 unit of time. It's a long form. Therefore, and both have the throat as its place of articulation. they have the same sound from the beginning till the end. Why? Because the sound comes from the throat. Therefore, it's a simple vowel. A is a simple. A and A, they are simple vowels. And the sound which comes from the throat is called guttural. Now, the next one, E and E. If you watch how the sound comes, E and E. This E, the sound comes from the palate. Your tongue, it touches the palate. It touches the palate means there is some gap between the palate and your tongue. And between that, the air is passed through. E. E. So the sound E, for pronouncing the sound E, the place of pronunciation is palate. And the letter E, it has the same sound from the beginning till the end. There is no change of place of articulation. E is from the palate. Therefore, E is a simple vowel. And what about E? That is also a simple vowel. Because E is nothing but, you can mute your mic please. E is nothing but the long form of E. Therefore, it is also a simple vowel because it has also the same place of articulation from the beginning of pronunciation till the end. Therefore, E and E, they are simple vowels and the sound is called palatal. Why? Because the place of articulation is palate. Therefore, E and E, they are called palatals. Palatals, palatals. So, A and A are gutturals, E and E are palatals. Now, the next one, U and U. As I said before, U is short, it takes 1 unit of time, and U is elongated form of U. It takes 2 units of time. And if you watch how the sound comes, U and U, the sound comes from the lips. Only when you round your lips, you can say U, U. Without rounding your lips, you try, just open your mouth wide or close your mouth, you try to say U, you can't say. Even if both the lips should come together and form a round, then only you can say ooh, ooh. Without rounding your lips, you cannot say ooh. Therefore, they are called labials. They are labials and they are simple vowels. Why? Because the sound comes from the lips. Therefore, they are called labials. From the beginning till the end, the place of articulation is lips. Therefore, they are simple vowels and the sound is called labials. So now we have seen guttural, palatal and labial. Now the next one. R. R. R is a short form. R is a long form. So both are simple vowels. Why they are simple vowels? Because it has the same place of pronunciation from the beginning till the end. And what is the place of pronunciation? How do you produce that sound? For pronouncing R, you have to touch the roof of your mouth with your tongue. It's like as though folding your mouth. Not too much folding, just folding your mouth, and the tip of the tongue will touch the roof of your mouth to say R, R. It will be R, You can see that the tongue will touch the roof. Then only you get the sound. And therefore, since the sound comes, the tongue touches the roof of the mouth, the sound is called cerebrals. 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 So R and R, they are cerebrals. And after that, L. It is L. The sound L, it comes when you touch the upper portion of your upper teeth, just above the upper teeth. The tongue should touch just above the upper teeth to make this sound. L. It is L. Therefore, it is called dental. Since the sound comes not from the teeth, since the tongue touches just above the upper teeth, it is as though in contact with the teeth. Therefore, it is called dental. The sound, the teeth also plays because the tongue touches just above the upper teeth. Therefore, it gets a name dental. Dental sound. And L, it doesn't have its long form. There is no long form for L. Remember. So L has got only short form, and therefore it's a simple vowel. Why? Because it has the same sound from the beginning till the end. So these are the place of articulation for the simple vowels. And now, what about conjunct vowels? Please mute your mic. And now the conjunct vowels. Conjunct vowels, they are formed by this combination of two vowels. Two vowels means a combination of the sound of two vowels. That is called conjunct vowels. The sound begins, the sound, that is the conjunct vowel, it begins with the sound of one vowel and it ends with the sound of the another vowel. It means the place of articulation for the conjunct vowels is the starting point is different and the ending point is different. So I'm recording. Okay. Conjunct vowels, they are the combination of the sound of two vowels. They're the combination of two vowels. The conjunct vowels, they have the sound of one vowel at the beginning and have another vowel sound at the end. So that is why they are called conjunct vowels. Okay, I'll talk about how we call the A, I, O or conjunct vowels. Sorry, there is some issue, some problem is there. Some people, they are not muting their mic, so it's creating disturbance. Uh, Okay. Now, having understood what is conjunct vowels is, you will see individually the conjunct vowels and the place of articulation. Please, LS5507, I don't know who it is. Please mute your mic. The first conjunct vowel, A, if you take, it is the combination of the sound of A and E. When you say A, the sound starts from the throat and it ends with the sound E. A, it's a combination of these two sounds, A and E. The sound starts from the throat and ends with the palate. And what is the sound which comes from the throat? And the sound which comes from the palate is E. Therefore, A is a combination of these two sounds, and E, and whose place of articulation is throat and the palate. Therefore, A is a combination of the two sounds, guttural and palatal. The starting point of pronunciation is the throat. That is, the sound comes from the throat is called guttural, and the sound is A. A and A, we know they are gutturals. And the end point is a palate. And the sound comes from the palate. It's called palatal. And what is that? The sound E. E is a sound. So it is a combination of these two vowels. So A is a combination of the two vowels A and E. This combination is only in terms of the pronunciation, in terms of the place of pronunciation. Therefore, A is called a conjunct vowel. Because it has a combination of the sound of two vowels, it is called conjunct vowels. A and E, they make the sound A. And now I, if you observe, it is a combination of the sound of A and A. A and A. And what is the place of articulation of the sound A? It is throat. So A is guttural. And what about A? A just now we saw. It is a combination of the sounds guttural and palatal. And therefore, I will be the combination of the sound of guttural and palatal. This is also guttural and palatal. I, when you say, the sound starts from the throat and ends with the palate. I also. So therefore, I is also a conjunct vowel. And the next letter, O. O, if you take O, the sound starts from the throat and ends with the lips. Therefore, it is a combination of two sounds, guttural and labial. Therefore, O is a conjunct vowel. And O you can very clearly observe when you say O or O. You can watch the sound, the place of articulation. The sound starts from the throat and ends with the lips. O. And O. How do you say O? It is a combination of the sound of A and O. A, the sound of the letter A is the throat. It is guttural. And O is the combination of A and O. That is guttural and labial. Therefore, O is a combination of two places of articulation. One is the throat, other one is the labial. Therefore, A, I, O, OW, since they are the combination of the pronunciation of two vowels, and therefore they have two places of articulation, that is, the starting point of articulation and it has a ending place. So it has two different places of articulation. Therefore, A and I, they are the combination of the two sounds, guttural and palatal, and O and OW, they are the combination of two sounds, that is guttural and the labial. That's why they are called conjunct vowels. Whereas the simple vowels, they have only one place of articulation. The place of articulation is uniform throughout its pronunciation. Therefore, they are called simple vowels. So this knowledge is important when we study later Sandhi rules. So you must know the place of articulation of these letters. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can unmute your mic and ask. Anybody has any doubt in this? Hello, Namaste. You can ask me if you have any doubt. Shall I proceed further? One of you can unmute and say. If you don't have any doubts, then you can move.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Okay. Thanks.
Let's start with Karan.
Okay. Now the next one. And for others who have some difficulty in pronunciation. How A is pronounced. A, the letter is pronounced as in gray or gade. The sound A is there. And I is pronounced as in my or fly. That I sound is there. So A and I both are long form. O is pronounced as in road or pole. And OW as in noun, down, that OW sound is there. Now, so we have seen the 13 vowels. Now, after that, if you remember in the last class, I told 13 plus 2. So these 13 are the main vowels, and this plus 2. What is plus 2? One is and aha. You can see. You write and put a dot at the top. That is And if you put a colon next to it becomes aha. So and aha. These are not really speaking part of the vowel, but it must be known how to what is this, how to pronounce this and aha. So and is given. Is given is as an only a upalakshana. Upalakshana means it is only a sample. Let us say it's a sample letter. With a dot. With the colon. Aha. You can replace by e also. The sound will change accordingly. I will tell what it is later. Now let us see this. This and aha. When you write a and put a dot, that becomes And what is the dot? The dot is called in Samskrtam Anuswaraha. The dot is called Anuswaraha. And it gets a sound And the colon, what you see, that is called Visarga. It is called Visarga. I'll tell the name. I'll write the name later. You will see that. Visarga or Visarjaniyaha. It has another name. Visarjaniyaha. This Anuswara and Visarga, they don't have independent sound. They cannot be independently pronounced. This Anuswara and Visarga, they take the sound of the vowel. They always come with the vowel and take the sound of the vowel. Because the vowel is a, the Anuswara gets a sound Similarly, since the letter a is there, the Visarga takes a sound. The Visarga along with the vowel, it takes a sound aha. Aha. This Anuswara and Visarga, since they cannot be independently pronounced, in Samskrtam there is a name for it. It is called Ayoga Vagaha. Ayoga Vagaha. We will talk about Ayoga Vaga maybe in the next class. You can remember the names. Ayoga Vagaha. Now, Anuswaraha. You can see the dot on the top of the syllable a is called Anuswaraha, and the colon next to the syllable a, it is called Visargaha. Another name for Visargaha is Visarjaniyaha. That is another name. So all these names we must try to remember. Visarga Anuswaraha. Now, before going to the next topic, as I said before, the Anuswara here, in the sound, Since a is there, Anuswara along with the vowel takes the sound Suppose if you replace the letter a by, let us say, the long vowel, then it becomes, then what is sound of Anuswara? It becomes It becomes So a is and with the letter a, it becomes Now let us replace it by e. E and Anuswara. E with Anuswara gets a sound im. Yes, im. LS5507. Your mic, I muted, but keep your mic in mute. If you replace the letter a with e and have an Anuswara at the top, then the sound becomes im. Then the sound becomes im. And replace the letter e by the long vowel e. Then it becomes im. So im. And replace e by now u. U with the Anuswara. It becomes If it is a long u, Similarly, rum. Then lum with l becomes lum. This is with regard to Anuswara. Now with the Visarga. Visarga with the letter A is aha. What will be the sound if the letter is A? It becomes aha. Listen carefully. It is aha. A with the visarga, the long A with the visarga becomes aha. You say Ramaha. Ramaha. That is many Ramas. Ramaha. So aha. If it is E with the visarga sound, it is visarga takes the sound of the vowel. The E with the visarga becomes Ihi. It is Ihi. Haribighi. You say Haribighi. Munibighi. Haribighi. B. Bihi. B is that sound ends with E. And E with the visarga becomes Ihi. Munibighi. Haribighi. Ityadi. If it is E, then becomes Ihi. You have to say Ihi. If it is U, Uhu, Guruhu, Shishuhu, that U with the visarga takes the sound U. The sound of the vowel U becomes Uhu. Uhu. If it is a long U, Uhu. Vadhuhu. You say Vadhu. Vadhu means daughter-in-law. Vadhuhu. Uhu. Long U. If it is R, Ruhu. Ruhu. Long R, Ruhu. And L and all we don't use much in the language. So not worry about it. Now with the letter A, what will happen? A, I, O, O. These four conjunct vowels. With the Anuswara and Visarga. A with the Anuswara will become Aim. Listen carefully. Aim. And A with the Visarga, it will become Ehe. It becomes Ehe. You should not say Eha. No, it is not Eha. Ehe. And now I with the Anuswara becomes Aim. With the sound Aim. Aim. When you say Aim, Aim is in fact it's a Bijakshara of Saraswati. Saraswati has got this Bija mantra Aim. So I with the Anuswara, the sound is Aim. I with the Visarga, it becomes Aihi. You have to say Aihi. Then O. O with Anuswara becomes Om. It becomes Om. In fact, this is Om. Pranava. Om. O is a combination of the sound of E, the A and E. That is guttural and palatal and with Anuswara. Om. And O with the Visarga becomes Oho. It becomes Oho. Guroho. Shishoho. Oho. And now Au. Au with the Anuswara, the sound will be Aum. It will be Aum. Au with the Visarga becomes Auhu. Auhu. So now A, I, O, Au. These letters, conjunct vowels with the Anuswara will be Aim, Aim, Om, Aum. With the Visarga, the sound will be Ehe, Aihi, Oho, Au. So these are important to know. It helps us in correct pronunciation of the Samskrita words. So Anuswara and Visarga we have learned. So moving on to the next one. This already we have seen. We have seen that one way of classifying the vowels based on the place of the pronunciation. It is simple vowels and conjunct vowels. That classification we have seen. Now, another way of classifying the vowels based on the time taken to utter the vowel. It is short vowel and long vowel. And the unit of time taken to pronounce a letter is called matra. It's called matra. Short vowels, they take 1 unit of time. Long vowels, they take 2 units of time. So, how many short vowels are there now in the language? You know all the vowels now. There are 13 vowels. So, how many short vowels? A, I, U, R, L. There are 5 short vowels. And how many long vowels? A, I, U, R, A, I, O, O. 8 long vowels. So 5 plus 8, 13. So short vowels are 5 in numbers and long vowels 8. You can see it here. A is short, A is long. I, U, R, L. In this A, I, U, R, L, these 5 are short. These 5 simple vowels are short vowels. A, I, U, R. These 4 simple vowels are long vowels, and also A, I, O, O. These 4 conjunct vowels, they are long vowels. How many conjunct vowels are there? 4. And these 4 conjunct vowels are long vowels. And 4 simple vowels, A, I, U, R, they are also long. So 4 plus 4, 8 long vowels and 5 short vowels. This in terms of the time taken to pronounce the letter. This is one way of classification. So you can see the slide now. The time taken to pronounce a short vowel is 1 unit. The time taken to pronounce long vowels will be 2 units. And all conjunct vowels are long vowels that we have seen. There are 4 conjunct vowels and they happen to be long. They don't have its short form. Short form is not there for them. So all the conjunct vowels are long vowels. And we have seen the vowels take 1 unit of time and 2 units of time. What about if they take more than 2 units of time? Generally, vowels will not take more than 2 units of time. Only when you address a person, say for example, you are calling a person with the name Rama. So Rama is at a distance. So you are calling him. How do you call? Hey Rama. You will call Rama. You stretch it. Rama as Rama more than 2 units of time. So you call a person who is at some distance, then you stretch it for more than 2 units. In that case, the sound, the time taken to pronounce a vowel, since it is more than 2 units of time, then it has got a different name. That is called pluta. If the sound takes more than 2 units of time, it is called pluta. You can see that written in Samskrtam. I'll show that in transliteration also for those who don't know Samskrtam. It's called pluta. It is not only when you address a person, but in Vedas, there are sounds of vowels which has more than 2 units. Like in Vedic chanting, it is there. For example, in Taittiriya Upanishad, Brahmananda Valli, at the last portion, you will find the mantras like this. Akamasmi pratamaja ritasya. This is how it is chanted. Rita, you have to stretch it for more than 2 units of time. It's called pluta. Purvam devebhyo amritasya nabhai yo ma dadati saideva ma agamanna manna madantamadni. So in Vedic chanting, the vowels, in certain places, the vowel take more than 2 units of time. They are called pluta. So simple vowels, the short vowels, long vowels, and pluta. I will tell the Saṃskṛta name also for short vowels and long vowels. You can try to remember that. Short vowels in Saṃskṛtam is called hrasvaha. Hrasvaha, and long vowels are called dirgha, dirgha. And more than 2 units of time, it is called plutaha. It is called plutaha. So there is a shloka you can see the shloka I have written here in Saṃskṛtam. Ekamatro bhaved hrasvaha dvimatro dirgha uchyate trimatrastu pluto jneyah vyanjanam cha arthamatrakam. So hrasvaha, you can see how to write rasvaha. Rasvaha is that it means short vowels. It takes 1 unit of time. Dirgha is that which take 2 units of time, that is long vowels. And pluta is that which take more than 2 units of time. So based on the time taken, it is classified into hrasva, dirgha, and pluta. And consonants also are there. That we will see later. Now, to summarize what we have seen so far from the previous class, we have seen there are 13 plus 2 vowels, and vowels are classified into simple vowels and conjunct vowels. This is one way of classification based on the place of articulation. That is one way of classification. There are 9 simple vowels and 4 conjunct vowels. Another way of classifying the vowels is in terms of time, that is short vowels and long vowels. Short vowels are called hrasvaha in Saṃskṛtam, and long vowels dirgha. There are 5 short vowels and 8 long vowels. So 5 plus 8, 13. And all the conjunct vowels are long vowels. So that is something important to note. Okay. Now, if you have any doubts, you can ask. Or I will chant the Shanti mantra now. You can ask after the class also. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.